Hey guys, before I begin, just want to say I'll be streaming every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 PM GMT, so do join me to chat and have fun, and I'll be more than happy to talk about almost anything, doesn't really have to be games related. And yeah, most importantly, do remember to like and subscribe if you like my contents. Hey guys, welcome to the second video of the various farming strategies, and today we're going to talk about farming Elder Guardians. Okay, so as usual, I will be covering on my analysis of all of my runs. That will be a total of 10 runs, and afterwards I will showcase some gameplays of me doing the actual run. Okay, so I'm gonna change a little bit this time. Instead of showing like the full spreadsheet of like run 1, run 2 and run 3, I'm just gonna compile everything and show you. Okay, so let's just get down to business and see how good it actually is. Alright, so this is the skill tree I have been using to farm the Elder Guardians. It is more or less actually similar to the El Ango. Just the only difference is there is no more Eater of Worlds. Instead, I'm taking the top portion over here. Alright, so the same stuff, your Essence, Strongbox, Smuggler's Catch, Shrine, because we have to take the Harbinger here, just add in another 2 more points, why not? And then your Crystal Lattice for your essences, you have 15% chance to have 3 more. And then I actually took Delirium here. It's the same thing, just more chance for Delirium. Your essence for Crystal Resonance, where Shrieking will be duplicated. Strongbox. The Harbinger over here as well, the Smuggler's Catch. So yeah, it's actually basically similar to the El Angle, just that you're gonna want to take the top over here for the Conquerors. Reason for this is just the 25% chance to drop a Conqueror map. Nothing special. And then the Maven here for the additional Crescent Splinters. If you actually hit 5 Crescent Splinters for your Maven's Crucible fight, you're twisted. Over here, 25% chance for Orb of Conflict to be found, to be duplicated, and then the chance for Awakened Support Gems, which is nearly invisible. Alright, and then same here, your Guardian's Aid and Remnants of the Past. And then over here, Gaze into the Abyss, just for the additional chance to drop Elder Guardian maps. Alright, so this is only 112 out of 128, as you can see. If you have more points, what can you spec into? So here is some insight. You can actually take the Rook Metamorph here. Alright, it's going to give you a Rook Metamorph. Or if you want, if you are going to put Sextons onto your map, you can actually take Enduring Influence here. Alright, so this costs about 6 points, and here also costs about 6 points. It's exactly the same. Otherwise, you can just change anything you want in this map. If you don't want to do Essence, Strongbox, you can actually do the Breach. You can spec to the Breach here. It works fine as well. Okay, the only thing that you should not spec into is the Eater of Worlds and the Searing Exarch. They don't go together because you have to use the Maven. You need Maven to witness in your map device. Alright, so that's it for the LS skill tree. Okay, so these are like all of my loots. Okay, I wouldn't say all of my loots because there are other currencies that are part of the run, like your Chromatics, Cartographer, Chaser and stuff like that, but I only included those that are actually like kind of valuable, that is worth probably 1C or more. Okay, so yes, this is the loot that I've gotten. Like from 1 Delirium runs, I actually gotten this, Scarabs from your Arch Nemesis and stuff like that, your Fossil from Arch Nemesis, Essence from your LS skill tree. Alright, your LS passive skill tree, and some cards that you can actually get by farming the Elder Guardians, and some from maps. Okay, so all this over here from the card all the way to the left are actually just additional bonus profits that you get from on the way all the way right here, from the fragments all the way down, is actually the key loot drops that I get from farming the Elder Guardians. Alright, so you can just take it as left is the maps and right is the Elder Guardians. So you can see I actually farm like 10 maps, and definitely, of course, I will get like 10 of the fragments, right? So basically the bottom here is just a bonus. You can see I've actually like more than 50% of it, and the rest is just Maven Read. So I'm sorry, there's actually supposed to be one more Maven's Read, but I sold it to one of my friends because he needs to do it urgently. Yeah, so that's about it. And then we will get some additional Elder Guardian maps. I got these two as well. And then you will have Twisted. I used some, so there's actually more Twisted. I think there's about 3 or 4 more, I can't remember. And then random, the hidden drop as well. I don't know how does this actually drop. And then our conflict is from the Maven's Crucible when you're doing the Twisted. Okay, so this is basically my TLDR of all the things that I've looted, your key loot items, alright? So like Fragment of Purification, you can see I have 17, it costs like 13C, and then Enslavement is, I have 15, cost 14C, stuff like that. Only Eradication is 20C, okay? I do not know why the market is just so weird. It's not even near there. I wish I have more, but apparently the average is quite consistent. Yeah, so this is the total calculation. You can see I have 55 Crescent Splinters. So in some of them I actually got 6, right, out of 10 runs. And then the Twister, I got 4 of it. So Elder Guardian maps 3, like I shown, Elder Slayer 1, Shaper Guardian map 1, or Conflict, blah blah blah. And it all amounts to your about 1984C, alright, for the total loots. This is only on the Elder Guardian side. Like I mentioned, whatever that you see over here on the left side is just loots from the map, and whatever that are calculated in the spreadsheet is actually on the right here, right? Okay, so back to it. And this is the cost. So I'm just taking in consideration that one map costs 20C. So you will need 40 Guardian maps, right? Because you're going to do 4 of them and 10 runs. So that's 800C for your cost. And I also just bought the Twisted straight right up because I don't want to be wasting time like trying to hope and pray that it drops, because the drops for the Twisted is really very low. So that's another 300C. Whatever that we get more, we can sell later. And our total cost will add up to 1100 chaos. Alright, so with the total loot of 1984C, sorry, don't mind, we have a total profit of 884C. So in the average of one run, we are only getting about 88 chaos only. Alright, and this is the breakdown. So on the average estimate, time taken per Guardian map is about 4 minutes. Alright, I think for the Eradication, you probably will take more, maybe 4.5 to 5 minutes. But I'm just going to average it out, right? So 4 Guardian maps is about 16 minutes. You do the Twisted 0.5 minutes, and just the other 0.5 minutes give it some leeway. You got to activate stuff, put back into your stash and stuff like that. So on an estimate about 17 minutes. Alright, so your base profit every hour is 312C. That will add up to 2.4 exalt. If you were to count 1 exalt is equals to 130C, this is for easier calculation for me. Alright, so 2.4 exalt is the base profit every hour. Do remember, on top of that, you are going to earn a lot more, like what you see on my loot screen now. I will say here there is actually about 1.5 exalt. Okay, if I were to combine everything. Right, so there is more than that. Yeah, it seems little, okay? It really seems little, but when you combine everything, there is actually 1.5 exalt over here. So yeah, so this amounts to about 4 exalt. Alright, I'm just showing this as the base profit every hour. Okay, so now that we are done with the loot analysis, I'm going to give my opinion on this farming strategy. I've taken a snapshot, a simple snapshot of the breakdowns of what I've shown earlier. Okay, so same like actually the Shaper Guardian. What do you actually sell is just Maven's Read, your Shaper Guardian fragments, Elder Guardian fragments, I'm sorry, and Orb of Conflict, Awakening, Support Gems. You have your Orb of Unmaking as well, but it's a small amount, so I'm not going to include that. Okay, and the good thing is you get to farm not only the Elder Guardian fragments, but also the map you are running, which means all your Atlas passives are affected in the map. Alright, it is part of the Atlas, unlike your Shaper Guardian maps. And second, you have more mechanics to play with. So if you want to allocate like your Blight, passive nodes, Ritual, Breach, Legion, whatever you want, okay, is going to be enabled in the map as well. Right, so that's something that you can play with. If you really like Breach and you just want to farm the Elder Guardians, this is how you do it. And I assume that actually the Elder Guardian fragments are easier to sell in bulk. Okay, I meant in bulk. Okay, sorry, wording here. Yes, in bulk. So the Shaper Guardian fragments are actually quite hard to sell. When I did the previous video, I actually farmed more than 10 runs, and I find that not a lot of people are actually requesting for the Shaper Guardian fragments. So Elder Guardian fragments are slightly more popular and easier to sell. And last is you can just play the current league mechanic together with farming the Elder Guardian. So like example, this league is Arch Nemesis. You can play together with the Elder Guardians, right? Probably some of the mechanics might not come for the Shaper Guardians, but it does appear for this. Okay, and the bad, there is actually more bad than good. Okay, so here it is. So it takes much longer to run the map because you have to run the whole entire map to really profit from it, and it depends on the amount of mechanics you have inside. So let's say if you have Blight, Breach, Legion, you're gonna take much longer to run the Elder Guardian map, but then again you're gonna farm probably more. Alright, next is the bosses has actually 3 phases which takes longer to kill. So the Eradicator has even a long invulnerable phase, right? That's quite annoying. And same like Deform, Maven Invitations, the Twisted has quite a bad drop rate. It's only about 10% drop rate. So I only got 4 out of like 40 runs, right? So you can do the maths, it's about 10%. And it also depends on the different maps you run. So some maps can be really bad, like there's a lot of dead ends, turnings, rooms, dungeons, and it really requires you to run it for quite some time. So you can use the Orb of Horizons to change them, is no problem, but you gotta spend slightly more currency to run linear or wider maps. Okay, and the last one will be you will need to sell other stuffs that is not part of the key loot. So when I mention not part of the key loot, I mean like everything that's on the left. If you don't need them, you will need to sell them, and it takes time. Okay, yeah, so that is what I meant. Yeah, you need to farm them to actually profit more, right? So like I have mentioned, the loots from my maps has about 1.5 exalts. So on the average, it's about 4 exalts per hour. It really depends on what you farm, okay? It really depends on what you farm. So you can actually farm Delirium as well, Delirium Beyond. Focus on Blight, focus on Breach, Legion, whatever you want. Okay, it's perfectly fine, and you'll probably earn more than that. Okay, so like I mentioned, this really varies a lot, and 4x is not really a number that you should consider with. Like only unless you want a elk and go, then it's 4x per hour. Okay, so all in all, I will say this method of farming is actually more interesting because you get to combine other stuff. Like my friend is actually farming Legion plus this Elder Guardian, right? So it's not just focusing on Elder Guardian, you can farm other things like I mentioned previously, and he is earning more than 4x per hour because he is taking all the Legion nodes as well instead of your Essence or your Strongbox or whatever. Right, okay, and next up will be all the video gameplays of me running the 4 different maps plus the Twisted. Enjoy!
When I'm ready and I need more mana.
still alive.
When I'm ready and ready. When I'm ready and not ready. ready and not before. I need more mana.
None resist my entropy. Be healed and fight on! Give yourself to the void. Mortal flesh is so powerful. Be healed and fight on. This abbot has its delights.
And not before.
mechanics tightly. Now with my entropy. Resist the assault. Die with some flair. Mortal faces are unbearable. Amount of my might. Another challenger. Handle this. Such wildly delightful inspiration.
Okay, if there's anything you would like to comment, feel free to write in the comment section below, or you can also hop over to my Discord channel hideout and let me know. It's basically a chat channel for casual players to mingle around or ask any questions. Okay guys, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!